we have Miguel who's calling in from England. Miguel, you're live on Talk Heathen. What's going on?
Yes, hello. I call about a very interesting topic that has gone under the radar, and is the claim that the Quran has been memorized. And I don't believe that claim.
The claim that the Quran has been memorized. You mean like in its entirety?
I mean, I claim no one ever memorized the Quran.
Well, you mean like the entire Quran? Like you're saying no one has ever memorized the entire Quran?
Yes. That's. But
okay.
That's what the Muslims claim, and basically I want to offer my flat in Spain, my 3-bedroom flat, to whoever, the first person who proves that the Quran has been memorized. It's like a prize for a competition.
Okay, wait. How would first of all, okay, I get it. So so it's often touted in Muslim tradition, right, that parts of the Quran have been memorized, which lends credence to its authenticity, right? So that the idea is like that parts of this is the same as it was before. So we know that the Quran's not changed, right? That's what the apologists would say. But like, okay, regardless of that fact, how would you even prove that it wasn't memorized? Like, what are the rules of this competition?
Yeah, no, the thing is, I think the Quran has never been memorized because the claim has never been tested. Because for me personally, to memorize the Quran would be kind of a miracle, a literal miracle can be, like. It could be like a kind of running 100 meters in 1 second, something like that.
Okay, but Miguel, how if someone were to say, I think the Quran has been memorized, right? How would they demonstrate that to you?
Yeah, it's very simple, I mean, the person, whoever the candidate for the flat, who wants to win the flat, just writes the Quran from memory, and that's it. If someone can write
do they have to do that?
The Quran from memory.
Okay, do they have to do it in front of you?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to be in front of me, but the thing is, that would be like a massive event, you understand? That would be like, I don't know, like the discovery of that the Earth is round, you understand? It could be a massive test. Because if the candidates don't get an exact copy of the Quran, that would mean that they have been lying.
Yeah, I guess so.
Agree on a particular translation, also, so you can check it.
Yes,
yeah, it'd have to be Arabic because traditionally, Muslims only accept the Arabic translation of the Quran to be the most authentic, right?
Yeah, so
I think so. It's
but the thing is, it's not about authenticity. I mean, obviously, it's about authenticity as well. But for me, it's about memory. If someone memorizes the Quran in any language, I give my flat to him in any language. You understand?
Well, I think the thing is though. I mean, we could have somebody memorize a modern text of the Quran, and that wouldn't demonstrate the authenticity of the Quran in its early days anyway, right? Like, we wouldn't be able to go back in time and figure out, oh, this was exactly what Muhammad, had talked about from the beginning anyway. So it's kind of a moot point, right?
The test is not about to find out if the Quran was authentic. The test is to examine if Muslims are lying. Because if you say you have memorized the Quran and you haven't done it, you are lying. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
That's the test.
I don't even know. This is outside of my scope of it. I don't even know if Muslims say that the whole Quran is memorized by single people. I almost wonder if different people like memorize just parts of it. Is it the actual? Maybe I wish Richard was here. Maybe Richard could tell me if that's true or not, because he would probably know more than me. But I don't know, Sophia, what do you think?
So I think that my oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, the thing is, you go to internet. I read that 200 million of Muslims are estimated to have memorized the entire Quran. It's astonishing. So
it should be pretty easy to prove. And if somebody was just like, "Oh, I'm one of those people that Richard says that the claim apparently is."
Yeah, he's messaging us right now.
Yeah, that it is individuals, and they're called Hafiz, and they have competitions to see who recites it most accurately. So that might be an interesting place to look and be like, okay, like I want to see one of those competitions. I mean, realistically, I don't know if I have the patience, but I also wonder if someone's watching this show who's like, I don't know, imagine some 17-year-old dude who's about to be on summer break in like Ohio and has nothing else to do. I could imagine there being just like, you know what I'm going to do this summer? Like memorize the Quran so I can get that guy's flat. Like there is part of me that feels like that is likely to happen, which if you want to take that risk, take that bet, go for it.
I think it's demanding proof that the Quran is memorized. I think it could mean the end of Islam. It could mean the end of Islam. I mean, basically, atheists demanding proof that the Quran has been memorized, that could end Islam.
Wait. Why would that end Islam?
Because it would expose Muslims as liars, basically. No,
misremembering something is not the same as lying, I feel like, though, right? Like, you can definitely misremember some events and not be a liar. I don't know.
I would also mention...
200 million people claim that they have memorized the Quran, and you test them, and they have not memorized more.
Okay. If they're making the claim, yes, I know the entire Quran, and then they can't reproduce it. Okay, then sure, yeah, those people are liars, but it doesn't make Islam a whole lie. Do you see what I'm saying here? Like, okay. Again, I'm an atheist. I don't think Islam, broadly speaking, is true in any sense of the word. I'm just saying it doesn't necessarily compromise the whole religion. At least I'm not convinced of that yet.
I think I would also say that just because we have a claim on the internet that 200 million people may have memorized the Quran, even if one of those people has, then there is truth to the phrase that it has been memorized. And also, even if we prove that all those 200 million people don't actually know the Quran, we can't say that it's never been memorized, because there's now been thousands of years. Maybe somebody in the year 800 did it, and we couldn't necessarily prove that that wasn't the case. So I don't think it would dismantle. Yeah, I agree. It wouldn't dismantle Islam. It would just mean that like some people who say they have something memorized don't.
Yeah.
But the point you don't understand, to memorize the Quran, it would require a whole life dedicated to do it. You understand? If you memorize the Quran, your entire life trying to memorize the book, surely if you accomplish the mission, you accomplish the goal, surely you want it tested. So surely you want to be recognized. Surely you want it to be, you understand, you don't keep it secret for you.
I don't know. That sounds like that's maybe what would be the case for you. And to be honest, the case for me, yeah, I would want people to acknowledge it. But that's not necessarily how everyone is, as surprising as it may be, particularly if this is like an act of religious devotion to someone, then it might be something that they do choose to keep to themselves. Like, what if this is, a farmer in a remote part of the world who is working on memorizing this as they're out tilling soil? I think that's, I don't know, the world is a big place with a lot of different people. Not everyone operates with the same motivations. And so I feel like that's a big claim, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and anyway, I leave it open. I leave it open for you, so you want to take advantage of this kind of gap, I leave it for you. My flat is offered for whoever memorized the Quran, and
all right.
And that's it.
Listen. There's a guy named Miguel in England who has a flat for anybody that can disprove this. We don't know how you can do it. We haven't figured that part out yet, but if you can do it, find Miguel, I guess. I don't know how they're gonna do that, but whatever it takes, right, Miguel?
My flat is for whoever proves writes the Quran from memory. I mean, it's
all right.
It's a flat. It's a nice flat, 3-bedroom flat, a kitchen, living room, nice.
Listen, in these times, I'm sure.
I know some people are like, it's going to be easier for me to memorize the Quran than it is for me to come up with the money it would take to buy a flat.
Or to find where the fuck Miguel lives. I don't know. We're not gonna post your contact info, Miguel, before you get any ideas. Okay, we're not doing that. So
we don't talk about dollars.
It's very easy to contact me because I have discovered the nature of addiction. I have discovered the nature of God. I have discovered addiction. I have discovered atheism is a logical fallacy. It's very easy to contact me. I'm not a secret.
Okay. All right.
The thing is, I'll
leave it at that. I'm not gonna let you say any compromising information. I gotta let you go before that happens, Miguel. So.
I do feel like I love the attitude of like, hey, people can find me if they want, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know that that's a great idea. Like,
Listen, I'm the guy on this call-in show. Okay, so that's how you know.